The iPhone 16 is not the newest iPhone anymore, but in 2026, this phone is still in a very interesting spot. It has Apple Intelligence support, the A18 chip, a new camera button, the action button, a better camera system, USB-C, and this really clean pink color that honestly gives the phone a lot of personality. But the real question is the iPhone 16 still worth buying in 2026? Or are you better off saving money with an older iPhone or spending more for a newer model? Today I'm going to review the iPhone 16 from 2026 perspective. The design, display, performance, cameras, battery, software, the things I like, the things I don't like, and what I think this phone is actually really for. Welcome back to my channel. This is it, and let's talk tech. Starting with the design. This pink iPhone is probably one of the best looking regular iPhones Apple has released in the past few years. It still has that familiar flat sided iPhone design, aluminum frame, glass back, and the dynamic island on the front. But what makes this specific model stand out is really the color. The pink finish is not too loud, but it is also not boring. It has that soft, clean, almost pastel look. It feels stylish without looking childish, and I think this is one of those colors that looks better in person than in photos. The camera layout also changed compared to the iPhone 15. Instead of the diagonal camera layout, Apple brought back a more vertical camera design. It makes the back look cleaner and it also allows the phone to shoot spatial photos and videos. In the hand, the regular iPhone is still one of the easiest iPhones to use. It's not tiny, but compared to Plus and Pro Max models, this is much more comfortable for one handed use. It is light, pocketable, and easy to carry around. So, design wise, I think this is one of the biggest strengths of the iPhone 16. It feels modern, it looks clean, and colors are great. It has a little bit more personality than the usual black or white iPhone. Now, let's talk about the display. The iPhone 16 has a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display, and for everyday use, it looks really good. Colors are vibrant, blacks are deep, brightness is strong, and watching videos, scrolling social media, browsing photos, or using it outdoors is not really a problem. The dynamic island is also here, so it feels more modern compared to older iPhones with a notch. But here's a bigger downside. This is still a 60Hz display. And in 2026, that is probably the biggest weakness of this phone. A lot of Android phones at much lower price already have 90Hz or 120Hz displays. And even Apple's Pro models feel smoother because of ProMotion. Now, is 60Hz unusable? No, not at all. If you're coming from an older iPhone like an iPhone 11, iPhone 12, or standard iPhone 13, you'll probably be fine. But if you've already used a 120Hz display, you will notice that this doesn't feel as smooth. So the display quality is great, the refresh rate is the part that feels outdated. Now, performance. Performance is where the iPhone 16 still holds up really well. This phone uses the A18 chip, and even in 2026, this is still more than enough for everyday use. Apps open fast, scrolling is smooth enough, multitasking is easy, and for normal users, I don't think performance will be a problem for years. For gaming, the iPhone 16 can also handle heavy games well. You can play titles like Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Mobile, Mobile Legends, Wild Rift, and other demanding games without feeling like the phone is struggling. Of course, if you are a serious gamer who plays for hours, the Pro models will still be better because of better thermal performance and a smoother 120Hz display. But for casual gaming, social media, camera use, editing short videos, and everyday productivity, the iPhone 16 is still very fast. And the important part is this, because it has the A18 chip, it also supports Apple Intelligence. That makes it more future proof than older based iPhones, like the iPhone 14, 15, or anything before that. So, from a performance standpoint, the iPhone 16 is still a very safe phone to buy in 2026. Now, software. Software is one of the main reasons why this phone still makes sense. The iPhone 16 supports Apple Intelligence, and that matters because Apple is clearly moving more AI features into iOS. So if you're buying an iPhone today and you want it to feel relevant for the next few years, having Apple Intelligence support is a big advantage. You get features like smarter writing tools, image features, improved Siri experiences, depending on region and language support, and deeper AI features inside the system. Now, to be honest, Apple Intelligence is not something that completely changes the phone overnight. It's not like you buy the iPhone 16 and suddenly your life becomes automated. But it does make the phone feel more future ready. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I would choose the iPhone 16 over an older iPhone 14 or 15 in 2026. Software support is also one of the Apple's biggest strengths. You can expect this phone to receive updates for years, and that makes it a better long term purchase compared to many older or cheaper phones. Now let's talk about the cameras. The iPhone 16 has a 48 megapixel Fusion main camera and a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. It also gives you a 2 times zoom option by cropping into the main sensor. So even though there is no dedicated telephoto lens here, you still get a useful zoom mode for portraits, food shots, and everyday photos. In good lighting, photos from the iPhone 16 look really good. You get nice colors, good dynamic range, strong detail, and that very familiar iPhone look. It's reliable. You can just take it out of your pocket, shoot, and most of the time, the photo will look good. The iPhone 16 is also a nice phone for lifestyle content. If you're taking a coffee shop shots, mirror selfies, outfit photos, food content, events, travel photos, or simple day in the life content, this camera is more than enough. Video is still one of the biggest strengths of the iPhone. The iPhone 16 can shoot 4K Dolby Vision video and the stabilization is really solid. For creators, this is a big deal. You can use this phone for TikToks, Reels, Shorts, Vlogs, and even some YouTube B-roll. The camera control button is also one of the new features. You can use it to open the camera quickly, take photos, adjust zoom, exposure, styles, and other camera settings. Now, personally, I think camera control is useful but not perfect. It's convenient when you get used to it, especially for quick shots, but at first, it can feel a little awkward, and some people might still prefer tapping the screen. For weaknesses, the biggest one is the lack of a real telephoto lens. If you take a lot of zoom shots, concert videos, stage photos, or faraway subjects, the Pro models are still much better. Low light is good, but again, not pro level. It can take nice night shots, but you will still see the difference when compared to the iPhone 16 Pro or newer Pro models. So, camera verdict: very good for casual users and content creators, excellent for video, but not the best choice if zoom is important to you. Now, battery life and charging. Battery life on the iPhone 16 is good, but not really amazing. For normal use, messaging, social media, browsing, YouTube, camera, music, and light gaming, this should get most people throughout the day. But if you are a heavy user, especially if you use mobile data a lot, shoot a lot of videos, or play games, you may still need to charge before the day ends. The iPhone 16 also charges through USB C, which is convenient because a lot of devices now use USB C. You also get MagSafe support, so if you use wireless chargers, magnetic wallets, or MagSafe accessories, this phone fits nicely into that ecosystem. Charging speed is okay, but not the fastest. Android phones still beat Apple when it comes to fast charging. So if you're coming from a phone that charges really fast, the iPhone 16 might feel slow. Overall, battery is solid for everyday use. But if battery life is your top priority, the iPhone 16 Plus would be the better option. So, what do I like about the iPhone 16? First, the design. This color is clean, unique, and honestly one of the nicest iPhone colors. Second, performance. The A18 chip is still very fast and makes the phone feel future proof. Third, Apple Intelligence support. In 2026, that matters a lot more than before. And fourth, the cameras for everyday photos and videos. This phone is still really reliable. Now, fifth, the size. The regular iPhone is still one of the best choices if you want a modern iPhone that is not too big. But there are also things I don't like. The biggest one is the 60Hz display. At this price range, it's hard to ignore. Second, there is no dedicated telephoto camera, so zoom is limited. Third, charging speed is still not that impressive. And fourth, depending on the price in your area, the iPhone 16 can be in a tricky spot. If the price is close to a newer iPhone or a discounted Pro model, you need to compare carefully before buying. So is the iPhone 16 still worth it in 2026? My answer is yes, but for the right person, of course. This phone is worth it if you want a clean, modern iPhone with great performance, good cameras, Apple Intelligence support, long software support, and a comfortable size. It's also a great upgrade if you're coming from an iPhone 11, 12, 13, or even an older Android phone. But if you already have an iPhone 15, the upgrade is not huge unless you really want Apple Intelligence, camera control, or the new design. And if you care about 120Hz, zoom cameras, or the best possible battery life, you should look at the Pro models or the Plus version. For me, the iPhone 16 is not the most powerful iPhone, but it might be one of the most balanced regular iPhones Apple has made. It's stylish, fast, reliable, and still very relevant in 2026. So that's my full review of the iPhone 16. Would you still buy this in 2026? Or would you go for a newer iPhone? Let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.